Okay guys, I'm going to show you the 15-minute entry trading plan. Okay, and this is in 6 stages basically. Okay, so stage 1, we need to identify the trend on a 4-hour time frame. So we use the 4-hour chart to determine the overall trend, and we only trade in the direction of the 4-hour trend. Okay, so trend is your friend. Okay, a bit Chad, but there it is. So anyway, so we need to work out how we find trend. We work out breaker structure, determining. Okay, so here you've got a breaker structure, pushes down, push back up. So this is the higher low, lower low. Okay, higher low, lower low. Okay, higher low, okay, lower low. So we can see it's breaking structure. Okay, it's breaking structure there. So for me, this is going to push up this area and aim at this area here. So my area that I wanted on the 4-hour, because obviously determined the trend there, was to be up this area here, which we'll go through that in a minute. Okay, so we determine this is trending down. Okay, another one there. Look, show you here, broke structure there. So broke structure, and come out with broke structure again. Okay, just broke structure just there. So now my area is down here. Okay, I'm happy with that. If you go a bit further up, as you can see, okay, this broke structure up here as well. So on, so on, so on. So this is trending down. So that's stage 1. Let's go to stage 2 now. Stage 2. Mark the points of interest, the POIs. Okay, so what I like to do, I like to mark the 4-hour POIs. Okay, supply and demand zones, support resistance, fair value gaps, etc. And then I do drop down to the 1 hour and do the same, aligning with the 4-hour structure. I look for pullbacks into POI areas. So basically it's going to come back down here, push into this area up here. So my areas I'm looking at is here, here and here. Okay, it could just push through, but we're looking at these areas here for now, and then we wait for certain other things to happen. So if you see here, I'm just going to preview this before, look, this is a fair value gap, and it tapped into and dropped. Okay, this was a banker's candle, okay, and then dropped. Okay, tapped in, dropped there. Now, if I go on a 4-hour, that's a 4-hour. Okay, so then we're looking in for support and resistance areas. There, it's all tapped in and just dropped. So it tapped, pushed through, tapped, pushed down, went through it. Okay, tapped it back again, then dropped. This is all on a 4-hour. So got a couple there. So let me drop down to 1 hour, and then we will do the same on the 1 hour. Okay, now here we go. We'll probably get more on the 1 hour. Let me just turn a few of these off, these indicators off. 2 seconds. Okay. So if we're looking here, okay, we're looking. So on the 1 hour, you've got this big up here. Right. Now I use another little indicator which you can look for, so, and it's called Smart Money Concepts. Lux Algo Smart Money Concepts. And there's little things you can have in there as well. So we're looking for support resistance zones. Now that was on the. If you look here, okay, there was it tapped into there and then didn't do much. So we just run this straight through if you wanted to. Right there. Go right across it. See, it's just sort of like hits there, goes back down, hits it, goes back up, hits it, back up, hits it, back up, hits it, back up. So it's sort of like a floor. Okay, that's support. Then it drops and goes back down and goes back up and hits it and goes back up again, and then it just pushes through. So it could technically come up to this way and drop down. So there's another area it could go. So you could mark the fair value gaps on the 1 hour. You've got a fair value gap there. What I like to do is just put in it, say fair value gap. Okay. Okay, and then you've got another fair value a bit further up. Okay, and then you've got a banker's candle on the 1 hour up here as well, so we can fair value gap. And then you've got a banker's candle here, banker's candle. All right, so, and then you've got a small fair value gap there as well, but it's filled in there, so that's fine. So yeah, that's basically it. So now you're waiting on for I'm going to now show you just quickly how to set an alarm, but I've got some replay mode and just basically put an alarm on now. There is pictures, there is videos on the YouTube channel about it, but it's easy to put an alarm on. Okay, all you do is come along here, you click on here. Okay, I can't, won't let me do it anyway, right? Because it's on replay mode. You click on that and it will say put alarm on. Little one here, and you just basically type in what you want to type in on a message. So for instance, all I'm doing is putting an alarm on, okay, and you're putting it on, setting an alarm on a 1 hour point of interest areas. When it's triggered, then you drop down to 15 minute. So I'd put an alarm on here, and when it triggers, I jump down. Let me just play this now because we're on the 1 hour, and then we'll wait till, and then we'll go to the next stage of there. Okay. Right, it's triggered. I'm going to try and pause this. Okay, right, so it's triggered there, but I'm going to let it play a little bit more. Right, I'm going to run a little bit more there. Okay, so just since you came to the chart and it was on this bit here. Okay, yes, it's filled the fair value gap there, filled the fair value gap, but what we need to do is go on the 15 minute to look for more extra confirmation. So we basically we look for something, so we go down to 15 minute. So that's stage 4. Let's go stage 4 now. Okay, so that's stage 3 complete, set the alarms. Okay, stage 4 next. Okay, so we've had the alarm go off. Now we're going to drop down to the 15 minute chart. Okay, and we're looking for basically a reversal pattern on the 15 minute. So question is, do we have a M or a W? Okay, and if it says no, we wait for a W or an M. So W for buy and an M for a sell. Now we're looking for an M because we're looking for a sell. The pattern doesn't need to be perfect, okay? So we look for that, okay? We do have a M, we basically move to stage 5. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this out and wait and see. So I'm dropping down to the 15 minute. 2 seconds. So at the moment we haven't got an M. We want an M to go up, hit the area here, back down, back up, hit again, and then come back down again. Okay. Now we haven't got anything at the moment. I'm on the 15 minute. Let's play this out. Okay. Now, as you can see here, okay, I'm going to pause this. As you can see, it just went up and then tapped. To me, that's not an M. It's just a V. So, and it's broke here. You could put, if you wanted to, you put it on there, but personally, we're waiting for stick to the trading plan, guys. Stick to the trading plan and wait for the M. Right? If it does drop and does M, it didn't hit your trading plan, so don't change it. But I'm saying to people, oh yeah, I'll just do it anyway. Just do it. Don't, please don't. Yes, it hit a fair value gap there. Look, it tapped it in. Okay, it did tap in and dropped, but then it's broke the E55, which I'll go over in a minute. But it's not an M, so let's wait for the M. Okay. As you can see, look, it's playing around with it. All right. Okay, so you come to the chart now, and it's basically formed the M, and I'll show you where it is now. You probably can see it. So basically, it's pushed up. Where is it? 2 seconds. So it's pushed here, up, tapped, back down, tapped again, back down. And that's basically it. So like I said before, you could have gone up here, but it's only give you one. It's not give you an M. So I wouldn't have touched it. And again, look, it's just then pushed back up again, and it's then tapped twice this area up here on the basically look, 1, 2, 3, and it's pushed again. So that's good. I mean, it could have pushed through, but if it pushes through, then it's not going to come across to one of the next stages we're going to show you. It's not going to break structure, and it's not going to cross the EMA, which I'm going to show you now. So yeah, just wait for the next stage, which is breaker structure, internal breaker structure. Okay, so now you've got the M. That's one ticked off. It goes to the next stage. Okay. Now looking for stage 5, and now we're looking for internal breaker structure. So the question is, do we have a breaker structure on the 15 minute? If no, we wait for the breaker structure. If yes, we then move to stage 6. Okay, so after the M's formed and wait for the breaker structure, we confirm the momentum. Can't say that. Confirm the momentum shift is desired direction. Okay, so we're looking for a momentum down away. Okay, we want breaker structure. Now, I'm going to show you now where the breaker structure is. As you should know, breaker structure. Okay, it's broke here. or so is broke here. So that is broken structure. Okay, so we could just put a little POS and another one POS. Okay, let's break a structure. Okay, that's it. We want it to do the M, and as it comes back down, break structure, close, and then we get in. Now the next stage is then we go to stage 6, and we confirm the EMA confirmation for the entry. Okay, we'll go over that now. So once we've got M in stage 4, we then wait for the breaker structure on stage 5. Now that's stage 5 breaker structure, happy days, internal breaker structure. So now we can move to stage 6. Okay, so that's stage 5 complete. Next. Entry timing. Okay, so basically the question we ask is, has the 15-minute candle crossed the 55 EMA? Now, we wait for it to cross. If it hasn't, we wait. Okay, if it has, then we can enter on the close of the candle. The 15-minute close of the above will be a buy, and the 15-minute below of the EMA 55 is a sell. This is closed below the 55 EMA, so we'd enter here. So your entry would be there. Stop loss to the high. Now you can target the low if you want and go for a 1-to-1. Okay, there's a 1-to-1 there. Okay, so your trade would be there. Okay, easy 1-to-1s for now, guys, not any more than 1-to-1s, just go from that. Okay, so if we were going for a buy, you would enter a close of this one here. If we were going from there to here up, we would close above the E55 EMA. Stop loss here, enter here, target the high, or go for a 1-to-1 there. Okay, so that would be my entry. Okay, stage 6, and then we let it run. There you go. Let's see what we would have got. Yeah, so you would have got easy 2-to-1. Easy. Okay, so happy days. Okay, so I'm just going to go over now, recap of the whole of the strategy itself, okay, from start to finish quickly. Okay, so give us 2 seconds. So just going to go over the recap of the actual trade itself. Okay, so there's an easy 2-to-1 you could have got, but we went for a 1-on-1 and we got it anyway. Okay, so don't be greedy, just stick to the trading plan. Okay, so 15-minute entry trading plan. Okay, so stage 1. Okay, we go on the 4-hour, okay, as we did, right, and we work out the trend. Okay, we identify the trend on the 4-hour. We use the 4-hour chart to determine the overall trend. Only trade on the direction of the 4-hour. Okay, so if the trend is going down, then we're looking for sales. If it's going up, good buys. Okay, if it's consolidating, like if it's it's going just like that, I'm not doing anything, and you go down. Now you could say he pulled back up here and then come down, so but it's still breaking structure, and it broke structure. Now I didn't get in until a bit later on this one because it came down here, broke structure, then I just got in, so that's why I got on that one. But yeah, don't trade consolidation at all. Okay, guys. So confirming the trend. Now I'm happy with that. That was trending down, and I look for a sell there. I was happy with that. Okay, then you go to the next stage, mark the point of interest on the 4-hour. So we came up here, we marked one here, we marked up here, because this could have come up to this area here as well. A few others you could have gone for as well, but we marked them out on the 4, fair value gaps here. Okay, and then we jump down to the 1-hour and do the same. So we mark the areas that you want to look at. Okay, you could have one up here, so a couple were marked here, okay, and there was one up here we marked, right, so looking for that. So we've marked that, I'm happy with that. Then we set an alarm. Stage 3, we set alarms. So we set alarm on the 1-hour point of entry, which then will triggered, and then we drop down to the 15-minute. So set alarms for, and then wait. So they just go about your day, just do it over. Okay, and then when the alarm goes off, we jumped down to the 15 minute, and we came to this here. Now this one didn't give you a W or what or an M, so we're looking for the M because we're going for a sell. It just give you a V, so we left it. Okay, some people would enter on that and say, oh, it's sort of an M. It's not. Okay, wait for the M, be patient. And then it pushed back up again and it came up, and look, we had a perfect M. It touched once, came back down, touched twice, and then it came back down. Okay, then we marked the M. Then we went moves to stage 5, internal breaker structure. Now this could happen literally straight away. Okay, so the M and then the breaker structure literally stay the same, could be the same stage straight after each other. Okay, so just keep an eye on that. So we're waiting for internal breaker structure. So you've got one here and then one here. Okay, then we move, as soon as we've got that, the internal breaker structure, it's got the M, then the breaker structure, then we're looking for the close of the EMA. So this can happen quite quick. Yeah, this could happen really quick itself. Okay, so you could have an M, breaker structure, and then close above the EMA, literally within minutes, or like 10, 15 minutes, whatever. As a 15-minute candle, it could happen in only 15 minutes. Okay, so if you get what I'm trying to say, so just be mindful of that. And then once you've got there, okay, we move straight away to enter. So we've gone from 4, 5, and 6 quite quick maybe. As soon as it closes below, because we're looking for a sell of the 55 EMA, we're entering, and we're entering here. Okay, and then we're going for a quick 1-to-1 starting, and then we're going to do 2-to-1s. But here you would have had a decent amount anyway. You definitely had a 2-to-1 anyway. Okay, so it's just to show you the whole trading plan from the stages 1 to 6. I hope that helps. So any questions, let me know.